Off you go, gentlemen. Let's have the flip.
All right, up, down.
That's all right. Up. Missed that.
That's us. Cool, we'll take defense.
You take D? All right, we'll take up here.
Cool, thanks.
Good luck. Good luck, guys.
Okay, Ben Foley, one of the captains. How's it been going this weekend for Outbreak?
It's been really good. We've had the two losses that bring us in the kind of bottom end going into this pre-quarter, but the team's playing really well. We're finding our rhythm. We're looking forward to playing these guys for the third time this season. Hopefully we can actually get up on them this time.
All right, thank you for that. Good luck.
Thank you, Dan.
For the game, Joel Moskovich, one of the captains, the spirit captain of Chile. A tough one against status quo before.
Yeah, it was. We just didn't come at the start of the game. We started off really slow, tried to claw it back late, but just not enough.
And so this one here, knockout time. Can you get it done?
I hope so, but I guess tune in, find out.
All right, good luck for the game. Thank you for your time.
Thanks, Dan.
Ladies and gentlemen, we'll be back with your commentators for this match, Andy Maroney and Anna Stoddard.
Thank you very much, Dan. Welcome, everyone. As Dan said, this is the pointy end of the tournament. We're into knockout stage, and we've got fresh Chile out of Melbourne versus Outbreak Apocalypse out of South Australia. Anna, this is where it gets serious.
Indeed, and anything can happen in the knockout stages. It's ripe for an upset. As Ben Foley said, they haven't managed to get it up on Chile this season, but if they're going to do it, now's the time to do it, right?
And as we're soon to take a look at the team list, something interesting that Andy Steeds, Chile's coach, said was kind of exactly that. He said, we've played this team a bunch, but expect them to learn from those games, those losses, how we play. Certainly no complacency coming out of Chile, especially given their last game on the stream against Status Quo was probably a slow start, and that cost them in the end. They were really competitive late, but just allowed, I think it was about a 5-1 margin, and it's very hard to come back from that. So we'll have Outbreak Apocalypse in white, Chile in black to the right of screen as we look at the fresh Chile team. Real mix of some experience as well as fresher players. You've got some pretty recognisable name there, 42, Tom Rigaki, 10, Mark Junker, Steve Thomas, also another receiver, number 5. But great athleticism from people like James French and Harrison White, number 75. It's a really evenly matched team. And then on the Adelaide side, kind of a similar story. You know, Andy Baddocks, Greg Schrader, both been around for many years, but also some, and as well as people like Ben Foley, who we just heard from earlier. But also some exciting kind of youthful athleticism as well. So the teams are actually quite well matched, and I think we're going to get a really entertaining game. Chile probably slight underdogs given that they were finished second in their pool, Outbreak third in theirs. But like you said, it's knockout. Anything can happen.
An Outbreak to start on defense. The pull's coming down.
Baddocks with the pull. It'll land just inside, and Tom Rigaki picks up. Got Nzini. Ray Chong. Tom. So Outbreak throwing a junk to start with. Tom. Big bid, but it's safe. Chong over to Steve Thomas. Thomas goes over wide, so Chile work it up to their brick mark reasonably easy. Raymond Chong with the disc. Just want to maintain composure here. Oh no, Chong. There's a turnover.
Doesn't look like there's a call being made. Everyone's sorted it out.
Just miscommunication between both players. He thought he was looking there, so Chong had it.
Picking up.
Buckman wasn't watching.
Getting one quite away out the field, out wide. Edgeworth looking for a reset. Finds one in Baddocks. He also looks to throw big, but chooses not to. Still out on the far sideline. Finds Baddocks in the middle. Gets a bit of contact.
Pick call before the throw. You called it, Anna. He wanted it long the first time. He wanted it long. He threw it long the second time. So clearly Andy wanting to play the long game. Counts on 0, pick before the throw.
Baddocks goes for his dump. Straight back to him. Gets one out wide on a break. Can it be chased down? Just out of the hands.
Foul call.
Looks like there was a bit of contact on the throw. They're just talking about whether it would have affected.
If you're not, that space is not yours. Yeah, okay. Yes. And you come on over. So he said, that space is both of ours, in my understanding of the rules.
Yes. If there's no one in it, yeah.
And so he has to be there already still for it not to be a foul. Is that correct?
If you collide with him, if he's stationary there.
Yes,
that's right.
So in my opinion, you were moving across.
Fair enough. All good.
All right.
He's coming in. All good.
All right. Foul uncontested. Maddox looking again for that break. Gets it this time. Back across the field. Sorondo back to Maddox. He resets backwards to be safe. Smith. Maddox getting every second pass pretty much. It's from the one. For the goal caught by Snow. And that's a break for the first point for Outbreak Apocalypse.
Good start. Andy Baddox at the back there, almost exclusively looking break.
Yes.
Every throw he was looking was a break, was a turn. It turned out to be a foul. But yeah, he's whether it's the around backhand where we call it an around throw because you're throwing around the mark, or the inside where you're throwing inside of it. He's really looking to break both sides. So good start from Apocalypse. Chile, early days, but certainly don't want a repeat of their last game against Status Quo, where they did come out with a slow start and that ultimately cost them the game because they finished really, really well, but the start just hurt them too much.
Yeah. One break early isn't too much bad news. It's if you can contain that, get your mind in and not let it snowball. And for Outbreak, it's whether they can capitalise on momentum and really push that buffer out.
So Andy with the pull. Outbreak played a zone on their first outing. Chile responded with a matched defence, so it'll be interesting to see if they go with it again. I reckon they will. Backman.
Yeah, into a zone.
Mark Junker, nice gainer to Steve Thomas. Steve Thomas sees something that he likes deep. Andy Baddox has work to do against his much taller opponent. He takes it, yep. Andy, sorry to James French, who wore one in the gob a bit. And now Chile have to be very patient with Buckman. Junker's a long way back, as almost like a mega dump. Gets it back to the brick mark. Junker. Lefty backhand, back to Thomas to Junker. So there still looks like they are set in that zone. Junker, lovely break backhand through, and Thomas has the goal.
Very good patience in that point.
It's a nice throw to the advantage of, I think it was French. And they're on the board, and that's exactly what they wanted. As we see, French great sit. Baddox trying to get position, and in Aussie rules, that's a free kick, let alone frizz. But anyway, unintentional, apologised, and that apology was accepted by French, who I think's got a bit of claret coming from the nose.
Yeah.
Walking off past our broadcast position.
See a bit of red.
Yeah, actually, he has been opened up. So he'll need to get some attention before he takes the field again, but nice grab. Makes the grab even more impressive, really.
Yeah.
The fact that he wore one.
It's probably the quintessential catch under pressure.
Hopefully Andy goes and gets that man a couple of Band-Aids. That'd be nice to see. I don't think he will.
No.
But it would be nice. All right, one apiece. Outbreak Apocalypse with the slight edge, taking that first break.
Yeah, you get to see Chile's defence out of the pool for the first time.
It's a good pull to start with too, Anna.
Taken by Ben Foley. Finds Chow. Looking for his reset, looking for a dump. Can't seem to find one. Ben Foley's there.
Oh, both hold on to it, lads. You're going to have a chat.
Bit of twisting and twirling. It goes up. It's tapped, but it's caught. Aguirre.
Nice grab.
Back to Foley. He moves quickly. Kleinig. Finds Lazada. Foley opening the field up now. Jack Hall on the far side. And it just shoots for the hands of Kleinig.
And already Chile's intensity defensively is so much better. They're kind of drawing off the energy they had at the end of the last game rather than what they had at the start, because Status Quo basically marched it in for the first 5 points, but this is really good pressure, and that got that turn. And the shot goes from Abba. Has to be a nice big tall grab from Patel, and it is. Leighton Patel had to get up.
Right, so we're back on serve. A break apiece.
Nice break. As we see a simultaneous grab. I think eventually Godanzini recognised that. Nice play to keep the disc alive. Yeah, it was Mateus. Good grab from Patel. Good to see him in the game early.
Went early and went confidently, which is what you have to do.
So break apiece, 2-all. Sorry, 2-1. Back on serve.
Tom Regaki this time with the pull. That one's probably going to hang for a little while.
That's a good one.
Gives Chile plenty of time to get down and set their defense. It's caught in the middle of the field. Bounce to Foley. Oh, and it's out of the hands of Aguirre. Couldn't get to it this time.
Tom's going to look to go quickly here. So it gets over to Backman. Nice, big, around. And I think it was an awesome bid by Foley.
He's going to argue this foul from the ground.
Yeah, I think it's Ethan Tafer. Just see the replay. It is Tafer. Yeah, okay. Had a fair bit of it. But obviously Ben, probably not with this perspective that we had. So there is a game advisor there. Oh, turnover. Looks like Taver had a fair bit of it. Anyway, they've chatted it through. Ben Foles got the disc.
Finds a diving player. Gets it back and sends it deep. But it's falling a bit short. Schrader tried to attack the disc, but...
Schrader tried to take a hanger.
Yeah.
Tom, he gets it. He sticks it long. It's Lederer underneath it. And that's the goal. Jack Donaldson was closing quick. And he's a big lad, but too much separation. Tom put it out into space.
It's what he does best.
And now 3-1. So
yes.
A really good response from Chile after a slow start. They're now 2 breaks. I'll put 2 breaks in or a break up.
3 points locked in a row.
And a great bid by Foley, but yeah, it did look like our man had a lot of it, Tafer.
Just a second too late to the party.
And we see Tom's goal. Pick up. Flick bomb. Really nice grab. Great throw. Vincent Lederer, the goal. T. Regaki, the assist.
Probably hear a few more of that phrase
if they want
throughout
to
this game.
Yep. But Chile getting better and better, and this again was a progression throughout the day. Getting better and better using all their players. Early on it was the same names you were calling, Thomas and Junker and Regaki, but now they're actually using all 7 players. So let's hope they can continue to do that as we see Ben Fold catch the pull.
Into Jack Hall in the middle of the field. Finds Turnbull out wide, right on the line. Snow doesn't have anyone. Chucks back to Hall. Ben Foley's there from the middle of the field. Foley finds someone.
Great throw.
Gets some meters.
Well done by Schrader.
Snow lets it rip. Mackenzie let it rip, and that's a beautiful throw. Outbreak hold.
Better from Outbreak. They hold there. They're now only down 1 break. So good. I mean, early dynamic of the game, a few points in, a couple of breaks each way, so we can see, you know, we already kind of know when we said this coming in that, you know, these teams are very evenly matched. There are going to be breaks, and I think that's probably the message is for both teams to go, you know what, we're probably in for a scrap today. I don't anticipate either team winning by more than 3 points.
No, it makes for a good game of Frisbee to watch.
Exactly, and they've just got to set themselves up mentally to know that, yep, okay, it's one of the, you know, second last slot of the day, but you got to ride this one out to the end.
So Rondo with a flick pull, and it's just going to land out.
Tom Regaki again picking up the frizz, and it does look like, again, Outbreak are going to persist with this zone. It's called either a puppy or a pommy fence, a 1-3-2-1. And he lets go a 40-metre hammer, just too wide, just out of bounds. Raises their hand, says, my bad. And now Chile are going to transition into a match defence.
Baddix in the middle of the field. Oh, tumbles a little bit and he's fake.
Again, only looking break. And that's the message to anyone marking him.
Yep, foul uncontested called.
This might go here.
Baddix throws an open throw. Smith gets it back instantly. Wants to throw it. Back to Smith. They're bouncing it between them at the moment.
It's gone.
And there he goes. It's a flat
He's still got it, Tom Regaki.
The man's too big.
And a nice gainer up as well. Tom manages to get it back. Calms things down with a nice round flick to Harrison White. White engages Regaki nice and early. And now this time Tom lets a hammer out to the other one and sails a hammer out of bounds on the other side. So nice to see you can do it both on both sidelines.
Keep it even. Baddix to come in at the line. Throws an inside break. Srinivasan in the middle of the field. Looking once again for Baddix, who shakes and bakes. Srinivasan once again looking for Baddix to get the reset. Oh, and there's a collision.
Interesting. So, and hopefully Andy's okay. He's slow to get up. Interesting to see what will happen here because...
Abby, come on, deep breath. I think I had it.
Okay.
All right, I'll call a foul.
Yeah, foul uncontested called on Baddix. He'll keep the disc.
Yep, you good? Yeah. Yep. Everyone good?
Sends a big one. Gonna be chased down.
Steve Thomas with it now. Tom has 2 on him. That means there's someone free. Where's this hammer going to go? He throws it the right way up to start with, and it's going to be Harrison White running on. Excellent grab, excellent throw. Gives a little point to his defender and says, don't worry, fella, I got it.
Baddix came flying by.
Was it Baddix, was it?
Yeah, maybe felt the wind as he ran past.
Yeah, okay. So Chile able to have a little bit of dominance deep between Regaki and that was a great first one from Tom. little bit of chat coming through the sideline. The feedback. Great throw from Tom. And Harrison White with the goal. So early days, but good positive signs from Chile. Up 4-2. Outbreak having a chat, making some adjustments offensively. But yeah, I think if I was Outbreak, the one adjustment would just be probably having an extra look deep, because they sent 2 consecutive deep shots, picked off by big fellas too,
yes.
you know, like Camby and, Camby, the opposite, Steve Thomas and Tom Regaki.
Yep.
Not short.
You've always got to check they're there before you throw.
Yeah, which Foley does this time really well.
Foley gets it back, moves it quickly out to Smith.
Nice throw.
Chow on the far sideline, throws it through to the middle. Schrader finds Foley. He's always looking for the big one.
Oh, bid.
Out wide again. Really using the whole width of the field in this point.
A lot of handler movement. It's fantastic.
Mackenzie rips another one, and it's smacked
no way.
into the hands of another Outbreak player. That's a heartbreaking.
And a pick will be called.
Disc will go back to Schrader.
Mackenzie getting lucky with one there where the Schrader ended up kind of catching the rebound. But again, that was a long shot.
Yeah. Mackenzie gets the reset. Pings it to Foley. Aguirre. Mackenzie sends another one big. It's going to the far side of the end zone, and it's popped up and caught the second time by Schrader. Second rebound off a Chile player who's caught at this point.
Correct. Greg Schrader, 2 rebounds for the point, which is handy if you're playing basketball, and even better if you're playing frisbee. But the flow from Outbreak was awesome. I think that's the best positive to take is people like Foley, Mackenzie, Chua as well, probably, all getting lots of return discs. If they don't see what they like upfield, they're happy to run a bit of a give-go, which is good.
I think oftentimes there's an anxiety to make sure that you're getting forward meters on every disc you throw, whereas there is merit in bouncing it back and forth laterally. Eventually, your defenders will get tired and a gap will open up and you can throw and get a good gain of meters.
Yep, spot on.
Right, Outbreak's chance to get back the break there down, bring it back on serve. Baddix with the pull.
Decent pull from Andy. That's going to make the end zone line. And Regaki will collect. Toei's going early, and Tom's going to stick it. A long backhand. Thomas has the read. Just goes through his hands. There was pressure on that throw. Sorry, pressure on the grab. As you see the replay, Sue just did enough. I knew he probably didn't have a play on the disc, but just wanted to stick around. Sorry, Sorondo. Thought if he stayed close, it might be good enough, and it was. So we'll have Baddix picking up, marked by Regaki.
Baddix shoots one through. Struan finds Baddix on the far side. It's been a call.
Oh, I had to stop and go around. Okay. So it wasn't when I called it in, he's like trying to get it around. So it wasn't, he didn't catch it and called it. wasn't really, but we both took it after the ran across me. I tried to do the continuation, I shouldn't have got it.
So a brief discussion between the players, just clarifying when the pick occurred versus when it was called.
This will go back to Struan. Oh, and it's instantly hand blocked. Thomas!
What a
Gets
big
an easy
play. What a big play. Hand block. Steve Thomas didn't wait around.
Nope.
Didn't need to. Nice little bit of double happiness for Steve Thomas on the highlight reel. Good sharp play as well, like from both Thomas and Rigaki, obviously the most experienced players on this team. To see great D. Sometimes when you've just turned it over, the natural instinct is to drop your head, and if you do, and your opponent, they ain't going to do that. They're going to run off you.
Yeah.
So pretty heads up from Steve Thomas there. It was nice. 5-3, Chile with their noses in front.
Hands are up. Tom Rigaki to send the pull down.
Another deep pull.
He's going to go right to the back of the end zone.
Will.
Foley throws his hand up for a brick. Get the luxury of starting in the middle of the field. A bit further down than right at the back of the end zone where I'm sure Tom Rigaki wanted it to land.
I was going to say, if he can make a couple of adjustments, we might see some very deep pulls.
Yeah. Foley, flick to the side. Turnbull, fakes, pops back to Foley. Finds a very nice gainer. He sends, it blades a little bit.
Oh no.
It's still in the air.
Oh, he's hurt his leg
and
as
it's
well.
caught. Turnbull. Chucks to McKenzie for the goal. That's great heads-up play as well.
Big time, big time. We've seen a handful of them already. It was a good cut. Oh, just landing awkwardly on his leg there. Hopefully he's all right. Looked like he did kind of land on that straight.
Yeah.
He came straight down. I think it was Tafer. Ethan Tafer. Hopefully he's okay.
Outbreak with a hold, keeping in touch still, only one break behind. And plenty of time in the game still for momentum to switch back and forth multiple times.
Yeah, definitely. So Baddocks with the pull. Let's see if he can emulate the kind of length that Tom was getting. This one will be a bit shorter, but it's still going to land pretty squarely in the end zone, which is nice. Abba picking it up, goes to Scholes. Toby Scholes. And this time, Outbreak have made an adjustment. They're coming straight down in match, so just one-on-one. Raymond Chong moves it to Enzor, but this time Enzor, and there's a foul call. And Chile's struggling to move it upfield just a little bit. Let's see Chong's throw to Enzor. May have been a bit of contact between the arm and the leg. And he'll tap it in, and we're back underway. Scholes. Chong, they've gone back. They're back behind where the disc landed at the start of the point. And pressure's starting to ramp up now. Scholes manages to release that a little bit, get a fresh count. He's calling everyone in. They're stacking far too deep, so all deep space is closed off. Abba Mateus, and he gets a little bit of attention as he throws, but it's a nice long one. Steve Thomas, this one he brings in, and now he's got a nice, another look deep. Oh, layout grab, he got ground stripped, and there's going to be an injury call.
Sorondo looking to go instantly.
James French, full extension. I mean, you don't like seeing that, but it's good. It's incredible commitment because you're using both your hands rather than cushioning your fall. You're using both your hands to catch this. So you'll see as he comes in, he's got nothing really shielding him, and he lands straight on those forearms, and that's what eventually strips the disc out. So James French, hopefully, is okay.
Oh, you were back there?
So Sorondo and the game advisors working together work out where the disc was when the injury occurred. And they're going to tap it in, and this time Outbreak will reset.
Baddock's jogging up. Take control. Got a chance here to break back, bring it back on serve.
And a foul call.
To be quickly resolved. Called back in. Finds Edgeworth in the middle of the field. Throws it out wide.
Nice gainer.
1, 2, 3. Can Sorondo chase that down? Just a bit too far out in front. Would have been a hefty layout to try and get that one.
Junker winds up and then goes with the flick. Steve Thomas, Abba Mateus, great grab. Now has Toey going long, throws another one, so Toey's going to have to do the same thing. Does well, great point from Chile. Really demonstrating their long game. You'd have to say that's probably where the difference is right now.
Yeah.
You see a good example, Outbreak trying to get that connection to Sorondo, but couldn't connect, and then 2 long shots in a row. One with a pretty impressive grab from Abba Mateus.
I wonder if there's a bit of effect being played with the wind here, because I don't think I've seen a successful long shot down towards the end zone Outbreak was trying to hit. They've all come off down the far end zone, which is, I'm pretty sure, where Chile's hit their long shots every single time.
Yeah, exactly. And well done from the other Chile players to give Steve Thomas that that deep space, isolated one-on-one.
It's an incredible grab here, falling backwards.
Oh, wow, that was really good.
And once again, full commitment.
Gives the nod. Puts some air up there.
Fantastic play, fantastic play.
6-4.
Foley going to field the pull. Send it through the hole. He's in the middle of the field looking for a cutter. No one's really getting free. Finds one out wide. Schrader. Looking deep. Gets a short undercut. A year. Schrader throws one through to McKenzie. She's right on the line. Probably wants to center the disc. Kleinig.
Oh.
Foley.
I love that throw from Foley. That wide step out. Some kind of celebration. Don't fully understand it, but they're having fun, and that's important. But a really nice throw into space from Foley. That entire point, the flow from Outbreak, probably one of the best we've seen from them so far today.
Yeah, yep. And after the flurry of breaks at the start of the game, they've actually been trading back and forth for a little while
it started to get a bit of a rhythm and a flow to it. Great setup. Nice flat flick. Jack Donaldson with the theatrics.
Might have practiced on them a few times.
Yeah, that's kind of after training, fooling around, I reckon.
Yeah.
So now Baddocks this time. Alexander Backman goes to Scholes. And they've transitioned it again. So Outbreak continuing to have different defensive looks. Now they're going back to their zone. Chong, excellent throw through to Scholes. And now Scholes lets one fly. This one's going long, just past the arms of it, Declan Ensor. Probably had half a second where he was stuck, do I go up or do I try and run onto it? And often that indecision can mean the difference between reeling it in or the turnover.
Yeah. Baddocks to come to the line. Try and get this break back.
Exclusively attacking the break side, Andy.
Throws an open one as soon as you say that.
Thanks, I know.
Sends a big flick up. There's 2 Chile players and 1 Outbreak. Can he get up? He does. Boxes them out for the goal. Andrew Chua for the goal. That was probably what you would show if you were teaching young players how to box out correctly.
Yep. Yeah, and it's a great lesson for especially players that aren't necessarily as tall. You don't need to be tall. If you are protecting the drop of the disc, as Andy Baddocks brings back the old school memes. Yeah, that one just too far. And he shoots the inside out flick huck. And you see, keeps his back, he keeps himself between his opponent and the disc at all times. Picked where the drop zone was going to be, and it makes it very hard for any opponents to, without fouling, unless you want to go all the other way around, it makes it quite hard. So Scholes not able to get a look in there, and Raymond Chong not able to make up the ground. So a nice grab, you should be happy with that.
We're afraid of them scoring deep, so we're giving them too much respect deep, which means
Timeout's been called. It's now back on serve. 6-all. Chile to come out on 0. Essentially anything to play for at the moment. I think there's been about a turn at least each point.
Yeah. I'd say most points, yeah, definitely. Probably 1 or 2 points of pretty clean offense from each team, but also, yeah, plenty of good D, plenty of turns.
Yeah.
So this, of course, the Division 2 National Championships. We'll be back here in Nelson Bay in 2 weeks' time for the Division 1 National Championships. That'll go from the 21st till the 24th, with plenty of good ultimate on offer. So if you like what you're seeing here, we've got an extra day. An extra game today and then all of tomorrow, and then we'll be back in 2 weeks' time for the top flight.
Right, Baddocks got a hand. Send the pull down.
Backman to Regaki, seeing a junk again. This time a hammer that completes to Chong. Chong into the middle, that's safe to Moskovich, back to Backman. Has Moskovich inside if he wants. Instead to Raymond Chong. Again to Moskovich, who found good space in the centre of the field. Goes to feed the Ducks, holds on to it. Moves it over to Riley White. Riley throws the hammer back corner. And that's a goal. Nice patience from Chile.
Yep. Nothing wrong with a nice patient hammer.
That's, well, a patient. Yes, all right. Yeah, I'm with you. 7-6, we got a game, and we'll head over to Dan Clinton on the far sideline.
You might have noticed in that point an assassination zone, something we haven't seen anything of this weekend. Tom Regaki getting assassinated by this Outbreak team.
Excellent. And for those unfamiliar, a zone is where you're marking a space rather than a player. An assassination zone is where most players, 6 of the 7, will mark a space, but you send one defender to go and play match defense. You send them to go one-on-one. You particularly do it if you know that that player wants to get every second pass. You just have that extra layer of attention and coverage to make their life difficult.
Works particularly well when there's clearly one pivotal person
Yep.
that's moving a zone forward. If you can take them out of the equation, then things start to break down.
And I think that's a really positive sign for Chile is Tom did the right thing rather than... There are 2 ways to play an assassination. The ego way, where you're like, okay, fine, I'll still go and get every second pass.
Yep.
Or what Tom did, which was, you know what, I'm going to back the other 6 players
Yep.
to do a really good job. I'm going to go and take myself out of the play completely and be useless because I'm going to drag that defender with me.
Yep.
So good play from Tom and good play from Fresh Chile.
Jack Hall to bring it in on the brick mark after Tom Regaki sends one wide. And it's instantly a long flick. Chased down by Turnbull. And he takes it.
Great grab.
One throw offense, you love to see it.
Great grab, great throw, great grab.
That brings us to 7-all, which is a nice cheeky Galaxy point.
So ebbs and flows throughout the first half. Chile on top early, but Outbreak grinding, break by break. Fantastic one. Yeah, like you said, one throw offense. Lederer couldn't get the inside line there. It was watched all the way in by Turnbull.
Both teams seem equally interested in playing the long game as often as possible as well.
And we are not complaining
No.
at all. That is what we came to see. So Outbreak calling a line. So they're hand-picking, I guess, the players that they want to come on. Looks like Chile are sticking to their original line a little bit more. As we've got some fans building. All right, to take half. And hold serve, because it's back on serve now, isn't it?
It is back on serve.
Great work from Outbreak to grind back into this game after going down a couple early. Maddox with the pull. Backman to receive, centers to Regaki. Toey's going deep, he sends one. Foley underneath it, and Thomas had a fingertip to it. Probably felt he had to go a fraction early because of Foley's great closing pace. So they're going to get a sniff here, Outbreak.
Maddox and Foley at the back. He fakes a big one. Gets it off. Schrader on the far sideline, pops it back. Maddox calls him in. Srinivasan pops it once again back to Maddox.
Yeah, Tom knows Maddox wants to go long, so he's just going to sit in that lane and try and stop any huck.
Foley finds one right on the sideline. Schrader does a great job keeping it in. Someone's called that was out.
We're going to have a great view of it here.
Oh, he's very safe. I think it's been resolved. They agreed it's in. It's going to come back in on 0.
Hey, Fresh! Hurry!
Schrader finds Maddox.
Good patience, Andy.
Pops it back. A rolling grab to keep it alive from Foley. And catch under pressure. Turnbull looking to get it off the sideline. Regaki's not making it easy, and he sends a big blade flick up. Backman intercepts.
Tom with the disc. Everyone goes deep. It means there's a gainer under which he hits to Thomas. Now a few open gainers. I think a little bit of fatigue starting to set in. Declan Enzor. There's a long one that goes, and that's Harrison White. Scores the goal. Love seeing a long game end to end. So Chile hold, but after all of that, we're back where we started. On serve. Fantastic first half, as we said, ebbs and flows. But Adelaide worked hard, and after all that, they are they're one down, and they're going to receive the disc on
oh
on
no.
O.
Couldn't possibly be tighter at this point. And interesting to see the few defensive looks they've been putting out. Been zones from either side. Match D. Now I think it's down to who's going to come out with more energy after half. It's who's going to be generating the Ds. And welcome back as we prepare to get underway for the second half. Seen a great entertaining first half. As Anna said, couldn't be closer. We were listening into at least one of the huddles, not necessarily by choice, but Dan, you and I have had a few discussions over the last couple of days as to whether things were on a scale. Is it just a message or is it just a spray? What did you hear from Outbreak?
Well, that was definitely a spray from Andy Battix. He came in and was animated. I have never actually seen Andy yell that loud. But it wasn't really directed at the players, and it wasn't so much disappointment as demanding more and saying, this is working, let's go with it here, like, come with me, boys.
Yeah, it was interesting to hear their strategy around that they want to be really dedicated to the straight up. They were talking about a straight up force, so that's where you're basically trying to stop any kind of upfield throw, and your defenders downfield will all mark under the disc, which means they will stand in between where the disc is and their player. The space that naturally opens up is behind for the longer shot, but Andy's saying it doesn't matter if we get beat long, this is our strategy. And it is an interesting strategy because we've commented a couple of times that the long game from Chile is probably the difference right now. So the difference will have to come from the mark and the ability to stop that long throw, because we know downfield, Chile have a natural advantage by the separation behind.
Yeah.
Anna, if you were in the Chile huddle, what would you have said?
I don't think they've done too much wrong. Keep throwing it long, boys. More hammers, more scoobas.
I agree.
I want to see a very good highlight reel. at the end of this.
And I think we're in a good position between, Foley's bid, Abba's nice grab.
Yeah.
A few high discs, as we just see Abba, nice grab there. As well as Foley's nice throw here, nice wide throw.
Yes, there's definitely been some moments of very pretty frisbee in this game, and then some messy but entertaining frisbee as well.
Nice box out here.
Right, the whistle's blown. Tom Regaki has the disc. See how far he can send it this time.
Pulls tend to be going a little bit longer downwind. This one not as deep, so let's see what Tom can do. This time elects to put some hang time on it so that they can get down on the first pass.
Foley under it, looking to catch, but lets it fall. Probably a safer option. Hall in the middle of the field. Pops to Mackenzie. Chile put a zone on. They instantly break it, get across the field to Foley. Throws it up, above, just above the hands of Curtis Kleinig. And Regaki's.
He wants to go, he's going to take it and play it early. Tafar, back to Regaki. Regaki holds it, ends up hitting a wide open Riley White. Riley gets a mark now. Back to Tafar. Tafar wants Tom. Tom's face marked, so Tafar wisely just throws it and then goes to give go. Ends up going up with both hands. Started to catch it with the right, but then elected to catch it with the left. A really clever play from Tafar to as soon as he let that disc go, he knew he had the advantage because he was closer to the end zone than his opponent.
Yeah.
And Danny, do you want to give us an idea? Sorry, Anna. Do you want to give us an idea of scores around the ground?
Yeah, so pre-quarters at the moment, knockout games, very important to determine how the rest of this weekend goes. We've got Ironbark versus U-Beam. Ironbark up 5, U-Beam 4. Fat Chili 8, Mammoth 6. And Branch playing Extinction, Branch up 7, Extinction 5. So 3 pretty close games, just like this one.
Yeah, 9-7 this one as well.
It's what you like to see. Division 2, that the quality is all lifting together. There isn't, a group of teams at the top that are much better than everyone else. Got good, close competition. Makes for an entertaining live stream.
Yep, and a great tournament.
Yep.
So far, so good. But now the emphasis is on Outbreak to respond. They had the opportunity to keep it on serve.
Yeah.
Coming out on offense.
Pull's going up. It's going to fall. Mackenzie's hands up, just faded out.
Left.
So Mackenzie will bring it to the middle of the field, to the brick mark. Chile have returned to a match defense. Backing their one-on-ones. Mackenzie finds Schrader free, who immediately throws it deep. It falls a bit short, but an excellent read. Aguirre. And that's the kind of offense they want to have.
Yep.
Quick, easy, with enough energy to go and get a block.
Yeah, both sides now we've seen some 1-2 throw offense. Makes for an entertaining game, and also it throws down the gauntlet to the defending team. So right, you need to make some adjustments here. Just force them to throw increase their throw count. Sometimes defense isn't necessarily it's not a 1-point thing. No. Defensive pressure is built over a series of points, and if every time their O-line goes out, they know that they're going to have to complete 30, 40 throws, and there are going to be a couple of bids and all those kinds of things. That pressure and that builds fatigue, and it builds pressure in the minds of the O team that come 11-13, 12-13, that's when you can start seeing the turn. So you need to think of it as a a strategic endeavour rather than just point by point.
Yeah. Baddix sends a big one. It's going to hang.
This is good. Chong underneath it. Hits Rigaki. Gak doesn't hesitate. Throws and pulls a hammer. And now they're off. James French. Scholes. Back to Raymond Chong. Back to Scholes. So Tom again getting assassinated and has elected to take himself out of the play. So Chong, Scholes and Koh can work it up. You'll see Tom top right of screen just working it up.
Oh.
Excellent diving grab on a disc that was dying quickly from Chong. Scholes goes up to Thomas with a hammer. Now Rigaki's going to bring himself into the play. You can see things stagnating just a little bit. Chong to Scholes. Scholes pops the hammer over the top, and that will be a goal. I think that's Lederer. So a few overheads, both that point as well as the wider game.
Most of them are unpressured catches. Seem to hang pretty easily. The wind not making them move around too much. That's the danger of playing a zone against a team that really has a whole host of experienced throws. They're confident in their overheads and they're not afraid to throw them when it's the best way to break a zone.
Yeah, totally. A little bit of wind, but like you're saying, not enough to dissuade them. And the ball come out quite nicely. No howlers.
An important hold for Outbreak if they want to stay in touch, keep the deficit down to 1 break.
And Tom with the pull, this time going outside in. Put a little bit of roll on it, put a bit of pressure on Foley.
Foley's going to stop the roll.
Foley catches the rollie. See what it did there? Yeah, all right, awesome.
Hall trying to find a way through the zone.
Oh,
Tries to ping it through.
Backman, well done. He read that. He knew that that was coming. Rigaki picks up. Looks inside, and that's an open goal. Huge point. Gives Chile now a 3-goal buffer. And Backman with a great D in the fence. Baited it. Lured the thrower into thinking the gap was there, but it wasn't. Yep. And they get the quick turn, quick goal. Not what Outbreak wanted.
Yeah. Things coming a little more comfortable for Chile now.
So you see 37, Backman fakes, leaves the gap, 2 hands out. Good D.
I can understand Hall not wanting to throw to Mackenzie free right on the sideline.
Yep.
But on the sideline is better than a turnover.
Yeah, and I wouldn't mind seeing a few more poppers from Outbreak anyway. I mean, most of the throws have been either around or over the top of the, or trying to go through the fence. Send some poppers in, reset the count, continue to move the angle of the defenders.
Yeah. Rigaki sends a hanger.
Nice pull.
Foley's waiting under it. He'll catch it, but his defender is already down. Gear pops it back to Hall, who sees Schrader deep and sends a big backhand up. It's going to be a 2-on-1 contest.
At the back.
Oh! An incredible catch, but was it in? Lazada.
We're just going to take a look and see if this is in. All right.
Lazada's looks like first
down.
contact his knee, which was in.
Completely in and then collapsed over the line after the catch. But I'd like to see the video. Okay, can we see it? Have you taken the camera? Yeah, Joel.
And it's called in. That's an incredible goal.
He was down. What a grab.
That's the definition of picking up scraps, I think.
Absolutely. And that's, again, if you're not the tallest player on the field, that doesn't matter. A good read.
Always come out on top.
Yeah.
Good job, Kev. Never give up. He must be in because his arm's wide and his arms are
Perhaps hung a little too long for what Hall intended. Gave time for Chile to catch up and get under the disc as well. That brings us to 11-9. Outbreak still in touch. Baddix to come down with the pull.
Outbreak need to lift it here. They'll need a couple of breaks to win this game. Nice move from Backman over to Harrison White. White looks back to Scholes. Scholes to Enzor. And Enzor looks to let one go wide, but it's picked off.
Swart takes the disc, brings it to the line. Throws. Sorondo in the middle of the field. Sends one to the advantage. Gets it back on the near sideline and sends a flick. He's looking for Edgeworth. He doesn't win the battle with Thomas. He's going to call possibly a foul or a strip. Let's have a second look at this.
So what's going on? What's happened? What's the call? No call. Oh, you called a foul and retracted? So foul's okay, so we've just stopped, so just checking normally and then...
I would say Thomas got there first. And this foul's retracted. Chile with the disc.
Big chance here for Chile. Take a really commanding position in this game through Raymond Chong. He's got it. Count's getting high. Probably engaged his jump a little bit late, but and that gets closed off. But Backman made it great up the line and gets blocked. Huge hand block. It's probably telegraphed he wanted the huck a little bit. And we're going to see if it came back in.
Sue, an incredible read. Dive for the block. It'll come back in. Baddix on the line. He looks to centre with an inside break to Edgeworth. Gets it back. He's in power position.
Patient hold. Great
Breaks
break.
inside again to Edgeworth. Edgeworth pops it back to Baddix.
Nice
out to
fly.
Sorondo. Swart looking in the end zone and finds
we got
a very
game.
free Sue with bookends.
Wow. Got some moves as well. Great point.
Keats them in one.
Great throws from Baddix and Sorondo to keep the flow moving, keep the break side active. It's a break to score the goal from Schwartz as well.
He's completely free there, had no defender on him.
So it sounds like Outbreak might come down in a match defense one-on-one. as we head over to Daniel Clinton.
An update for the next match. We're going to have Hills play Aurora on this game here.
Excellent. That'll be our 5th game of the day, 5th and final game of the day.
Women's quarter-final.
It's the quarter, isn't it?
Yep. Baddocks to come down with the pull.
And the pool's been pretty good all day. This game, it must be said. Junker back on the field, goes to Moskovich. Puts a high one to Tom Rigacki, who had to earn it over Greg Schrader. Good bid, didn't make contact. And now Tom, nice big flick, has some space deep, but it's picked off.
And Outbreak straight into it. Snow pops it back to Baddocks.
Oh, wow.
Eventually finds Srinivasa in the middle. Snow getting it out wide. Gets a reset to Baddocks.
Oh, he had Schrader going. He had Schrader one-on-one deep. So good patience from Andy, because we'd said in that first half they were probably looking long a little bit too much, and the skies were closed from the Chile team. So
Srinivasa and a good catch under pressure. Looking for Baddocks again, wanting every second pass, but makes some contact on that cut.
Oh, so it's offsetting foul then. Sorry. Okay. It felt like you so I didn't even
Called offsetting fouls. This means essentially they both ran into each other and fouled each other. The disc will go back to Srinivasa.
After this call, maximum 6.
6. Yep.
Stole 6.
Yep.
Still looking for Baddocks. He gets it that time. Tries to break. It's Schrader in front of a diving Chile player. Snow pops it back to Baddocks. He looks long to the end zone, doesn't find anything he likes.
Tom is closing everything deep.
Oh, he finally sends one there straight into the hands of a Chile player. But seems to be a call on the field. The disc is sent back.
We'll listen in, see if we can get any of the audio from the advisor.
I come into arms.
So a contested foul up in the dump space.
We can override it though. If, I threw that regardless of this. I guess, the only thing that may have made a difference is that I would have had another free option. So it depended on how long ago.
Yeah, it comes down to because you thought regardless of this.
Yeah. Well, not regardless, because it depends how long ago. Because if he was going to get free, then I wouldn't have tried that. So, how long before I threw it did it happen?
I think it was 2 seconds there.
I'll say then contested. Yeah. Thank you.
So is that 7? It'll come in 6.
Maximum 6. Yeah, stole 6.
So well talked through by all the players with the support of the game advisor.
Baddocks gets a great break, but it goes a bit high on the second effort.
Moskovich
not
is going.
quite able.
Great patience from Tom. Riley White, nice, slow release. Tom's going and Mark wants to put it, he does. High bladey throw. Rigacki over Schrader. But Jack is going to take it easy. He's going to go to Abba Matthias.
It's a hold for Chile.
That's a hold, 12-10. Outbreak definitely with their opportunities, and they've just got to trust that they'll keep coming.
Yep. It was very good shutdown D from Chile down Outbreak's end of the field, though. Almost forced a turnover if that foul hadn't been called. You can see there's a definite trust in Rigaki.
Yep.
Put it up and he'll probably come down with it, because I don't think there was any point where he wasn't marked there.
Yep. (12-10) Chile lead. And Tom's pull. Good, come back in. It does, and that's nice and deep back corner. So Chile able to get pressure down on the first pass.
Paul looking for Reese has to throw backwards further into their own end zone. Mackenzie now.
This is pressure time for Outbreak.
Aguirre finds Hall. They're working it up. He sends a big flick. He's looking for Turnbull.
Great throw.
Great composure. Throws backwards to Mackenzie, who does another flick out. Donaldson for an easy catch in the end.
What a
12-11.
play. What a great play from Outbreak. Taking it in the back corner. There's no more pressure than that.
No.
I think Mackenzie at one point had it on the back end zone, so you can't go back any further. The patience, composure, also a stellar throw, a stellar huck, and good patience here. Again, Mackenzie.
She's thrown that a couple of times for a goal now.
A couple of metres inside the back of the end zone, so pinpoint. A little bit of air underneath, but not too much. That's perfect. Critical that they maintain that point.
It's a big point for Outbreak now, coming in 10 minutes left in the game. They're still down a break. They've almost got there a couple of times now.
Maddox to pull. They'll need to lift. And Maddox pull, lands, sideline of the end zone to Raymond Chong. Chong looks backhand, throws it to Steve Thomas. They're all sitting a little bit deep now, so he has no choice but to reset it to Chong. Chong looks to Scholes. It's a little stagnant. Ensor then has to dump. There's nothing much working upfield. Gets one out now. That's Harrison White. Right, count gets high. It's a bailout throw to Steve Thomas. He grabs it on the end zone line. And there's a pick call. So, yeah, that was just a stall 9 Hail Mary. Good recognition from Toei, from Steve Thomas. So they're talking about a pick call here. It wouldn't have, I think the consensus is it wouldn't have affected that throw.
Yes, but everyone that came afterwards probably would have been
should
up
be
in the end
staying
zone.
there, you'd imagine.
Just a quick update on the other pre-quarters happening. Still pretty close with Fat Chili and Mammoth. Chili on 12, Mammoth 11. Branch has extended their lead, now 13 to Extinction 6.
I don't mind if everyone's okay, and you think it's in the
All right, so the disc is going to stay there. Andy's caught up to his player. And Steve Thomas will tap it in. Right on their end zone line. Very busy. But they get free. There is a bit of and a pick called now. That will affect the play, so that one will go back to Steve Thomas.
He was very free in the end zone.
Sorondo getting picked off. Thomas reminded to dump. Really close bid. Andrew Chua. Instead, it's Ray Chong. And the hammer goes up to Toei, to Steve Thomas. Catches it just inside the end zone. Toby Scholes with the assist. Hammer assist.
Yeah, very calm in front of the end zone there. Could have forced it a couple of times.
Hey, way to pin him down, boys. Way to pin him down.
A nice catch in the end.
Outbreak still up and about. They're under no illusions. They think they're a red hot crack in this game.
Yep, just punch 2 in and you're right back in it.
Yeah. (13-11) to Chile. Game to 15. You might get to 15 actually.
Yeah.
I think. We've not seen too many games get to 15 so far this weekend. But because of all the long throws, long game from both teams, some of the points have been a bit shorter, so we got through them quicker.
Yep. 1-2 throw offences. Didn't take under a minute. Whoever does end up coming out on top in this game will be facing Fishwick Unique in the quarterfinal, who went through their pool undefeated.
Tom Rigaki, a bit dirty on himself. That's a brick. This is the exact kind of time in a game where a nice deep pull, similar to one that we saw him pull from that end prior, can just put that much more pressure. Instead, they get 3 yards. They get a chance to set up their offense.
Foley in the middle of the field.
Schrader does well. Oh, Tom Rigaki fall through it between 2 offenders. Now Bachman, and they could put a dagger in here. Bachman goes with the open throw to Patel.
It's a beautiful throw.
Huge point in the game. I think Foley saw Tom in his eye line at the last minute and threw it between. I think it was Schrader. I wasn't sure who the other player was. But Foley knew as soon as it left his hand, you saw a bit of a wince from Fole.
Yep. Got to make sure. Almost like it was thrown.
Yeah,
to
exactly.
him.
Yeah, see those 2.
Yep.
Yeah. Good flow from Chile to capitalise.
And a lovely weighted pass from Bachman for the goal.
Yep. He's played well today, Bachman. So now it starts getting real. 14-11 for Chile. Outbreak will need to hold them out.
Yep, 4 in a row.
If it goes to 15, that is game over. Here we go. They'll need to hold their offense here and then put the other 3 Ds in.
Foley feels it and passes it to Baddix. Chile is set up in his zone. He's looking for a way through, but bounces it through to Foley. Being calm. Swart sends one up above the Chile players. McKenzie comes down with it. Throws across to an open Chow. He pops it through for a very quick call to Aguirre.
That's part 1.
Yep.
Tick.
1 down, 3 more to go.
All right, and Chile looking to shorten their lines already. I believe they've called their line. And some of the usual suspects, I reckon, will be there.
Yep.
Thomas, Rigaki, Mateus. I think Scholes has actually had a really good game as well. Not a player that's involved in the huge playmaking, massive throws or massive grabs, but it's just kept things moving, has been kind of a reset handler. And you know, just as much as you need people to take big grabs or big throws, you need those people that do that, a bit more of that thankless stuff to keep the disc resetting, keep the flow going, keep their defenders accountable.
On my team, we call that being functionally useful. At the end of games, we give each other a big FU. If you haven't done something flashy, but you've done something that's helped the team along.
Useful.
Yeah.
Okay.
And just an update on that last pre-quarter, Ironbark have now stretched it out to 5 goal difference. They're on 10, UB more on 5.
Regaki with the disc. Looks straight at Thomas. Doesn't see anything he likes. Goes to our man Scholes. Big mark. Tom, nice big crossfield to Harrison White. Back to Scholes. Scholes has something upstairs. Oh, Backman, he's played well as well. Goes, break, backhand through the cup. Excellent throw to Regaki. He's looking long. He's looking long. Elect instead to work it down the far sideline. Nice big sidearm to Backman to Mateus. And he can just kind of give go, fakes it, and then Steve Thomas catches the goal. That is the game. A good game.
Yeah.
Ebbs and flows both ways. We'll get one of the players from Chile to have a quick chat.
15-12 in the end. Not too much of a gap. Felt like Outbreak were always in it.
And I think Outbreak felt like they were always
Yeah.
in it too. So really strongly contested game. As we're soon to head over, I think Dan's got one of the Chile players in, Abba Mateus. Dan, over to you.
Yeah, here with Abba, mate. Well done. That's a hard-fought game for you.
100%, 100%. They made us earn every point that we got, and true credit to them. They fought it all the way out to the end and really made us earn each and every single point. So, as you can tell, I'm bloody gassed. So, they really put on a show, and I'm glad that we were able to be up for the challenge.
And you played pretty well yourself, mate. You're starting to hit some good form heading into the later part of the tournament.
It's about bloody time, I think. First couple of games was just really about building that momentum and building that consistency with the team, especially a lot of guys who haven't really played together before. So this is, I think, the first time we've had our full roster down. So to be able to play with each of these boys together has been fantastic, yeah.
No worries. Thanks for your time, Abba.
Awesome, thank you, Daniel.
We'll go back to you, Andrew.
Thanks very much, Dan. That's it from this game. Chile coming out the victors. Hills versus NSU Aurora will be the next game on our schedule. That'll be the final game of our day, so please tune in shortly and we'll pick it up there. Anna, thanks a lot.
You're welcome. Just to say the results of the rest of the pre-quarters have now decided most of our quarterfinals. We'll have Fishwick Unit versus Fresh Chili, who we've just seen, Ironbark versus Manly Mullets, and Status Quo versus Branch. We're just waiting to see who Geelong Mudlarks are going to play in the next round.
Awesome. All right. Pick you up for the last game soon.
Mo Shea Beats.